Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, the tension continues to build around the brand new Knesset member, Rabbi Yehudah Glick. And matter of fact, Glick has already, in his swearing-in speech yesterday, made a profound statement about the Temple Mount. He wants the Jews to be allowed to go up there and pray, despite the world, the Arabic world, coming against that ideal. Matter of fact, here's a report from Israel. I'll play the audio right now. Here's a report from Jerusalem.
At his Knesset swearing-in speech, longtime Temple Mount activist and new Likud lawmaker Yehudah Glick called for an end to the ban on Jewish prayer at the Jerusalem compound. During his speech Wednesday, Glick, 50, said, according to the Times of Israel, "As long as I'm here, I will do all that is in my power to end the injustice that takes place every day at the holiest place in the world, where police officers are under orders to check whether a 90-year-old Jew is, God forbid, moving his lips or not." In his speech Wednesday, Glick criticized Muslim officials at the Temple Mount for inciting violence and repeated his opposition to the establishment of a Palestinian state, though Netanyahu has said, as recently as this week, that he supports a two-state solution.
So you have here is Glick is against the two-state solution. Netanyahu said he would support it if it is defensible. And what Benjamin Netanyahu is saying is the same thing that was negotiated in that 11 days at Camp David when President Bill Clinton, negotiated between Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat and Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak. They agreed in a two-state solution that would give Gaza would go to the Palestinians and the part of the West Bank, not all of it, but part of it would go to the Palestinians, and 10% of Jerusalem, the eastern portion of Jerusalem. Yasser Arafat said, no, we want it all or none. Well, here we are now, 20 years later, and basically Netanyahu is saying we would do something very similar to that if the Palestinians would be willing to go along. But of course, the Palestinians continue to stab citizens in the streets, continue to harass the Jews by firing rockets out of Gaza. Hamas, who has hijacked the Palestinian Authority, is funded by the Iranians, who are funding them with their rockets. And the Iranians are now sitting in Syria, just over the Golan Heights, along with the Russians, that on the border of Israel. 20 years later, things are a whole lot more tension, and the world seemingly turning their back on Israel. Rabbi Yehudah Glick is stepping up now, and now a member of the Knesset, and he's calling for all Jews to be allowed to go to the Temple Mount and to pray and to build the third temple. This is a prophecy alert. We'll continue to keep an eye on what's going on in Jerusalem. It's going to be a very interesting summer now as we go toward the fall and the General Assembly of the United Nations that will gather. And what will they try to do? We'll wait and see. Will they force a two-state solution upon Israel? Because President Barack Obama and his Secretary of State, John F. Kerry, have each said that maybe just let the General Assembly vote to part the land. We'll see what happens. Are you serious? Something biblical is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. Now, I will be in Jerusalem in a few days. When I'm there, I will be interviewing newly Knesset member Rabbi Yehudah Glick. I'll interview him live. I'll have those parts of that interview right here on YouTube for you. And the rest of it will be on our television special that we will do. I'll be back with more current world events, folks. We're living in the last days. Give your life to Jesus Christ. Yeshua. He is our Messiah. God bless.